Okay, so in terms of setup, look at the left-hand one is kind of your before. You can see there kind of a bit of a hunch rounded back there. Hips are kind of level off. And when the hips are kind of level, they're not going to be able to rotate in the axis they want to rotate. They'll tend to sort of go sort of back and forth towards the golf ball and sort of thrust themselves, as you'll see in this case as we go through. So takeover is okay. Top of the backswing fine. Now from here, as you can see, as you start going towards the golf ball, everything's sort of popping forward there. Your legs are now extended up there. You're still creating quite a bit of hunch over that ball there. And because your hips are kind of leveled off there now, there's not much space for your arms to swing. Your arms are trying to sort of save the club. And because that's going to encourage the face to be open, as we saw when we did that extreme motion, you'll then try to square the club face up kind of through hands and arms, which is given enough shots, you'll get good at doing. But it's a way of squaring the club face up that's going to be very sort of hit and miss. When it's good, brilliant. When it's bad, where you're going to go. So getting yourself into a position there now in terms of posture. If we look at these two postures that are set up there, that right hand one's far better position, at least from here now. If we can get that spine angle kind of in that position now, simplistically we're sort of stood up over the golf ball here now, and we're trying to rotate around that kind of axis of the golf swing there, around a little bit of shift into that left side, rotate through. Obviously the follow through will stand up, but from top of the backswing back into impact, we want to try and maintain that angle as best we can. Now, just because you're in a position where your hips are more tilted means you're able to do that. We want to make the practice swings here where we're kind of almost exaggerating those hips staying back there, kind of feeling it again, an over-exaggeration, that is that right hip pocket and the left hip pocket coming around the corner, sort of maintaining a bit more of an angle there now. You can still see your sort of head down a little bit through the ball there, as you can see, a little bit hunched, but that's kind of tendencies that you'll kind of work away with through practice. You want to keep that chest up and that head up, and that's the thing, the old head down syndrome is no good to anyone, unfortunately. So keeping that sort of chin up and the body rotating around that corner. Do some exaggerations in practice when you step to the golf ball. Okay, there you go. So even though when you do it again there, you went back to the old posture. We said that posture and then boom. So you remembered it when kind of reminded, I suppose, about the posture. So that's going to be something just to keep aware of. Okay, like pushing that tailbone back. You're not really moving your shoulders at all from there. Just doing that, and so your shoulders kind of stay in the same position, but as the hips go back, it just gives more room for your arms, doesn't it? There's more space now for your arms to swing.
Spine out, yeah.
Exactly, and then and again, from a health perspective, your body's going to rotate a lot more effectively there around the body. So, getting over the ball there now, and then as we rotate, it's keeping that angle there as we come through. Okay, so this is obviously extreme. This is when you know the club is a bit open there. Then we said about sort of matching the club face back to the golf ball a bit square. That was still a bit open, as you can see. And then we're coming back to there. So that's kind of the impact we're looking for as a position. And that to you still feels quite extreme. Now, to hit a golf ball feeling really extreme is not going to sit well. So you kind of go somewhere in between. So by making the extreme way the other way, then when it comes back to kind of more comfort zone, it'll be where you want to be. If you practice perfect impact, you'll tend to go back to near your old position. Okay? So almost practice the old, so the exaggerated the other way. Okay, way to the left and sort of really feeling like you're getting from here and then going almost something what feels really strange this way. Then have a couple kind of feeling the right one. Then from there, you step to the golf ball and it's just hit and go. Yeah, we're not thinking about the shot over the golf ball. You put the club down beyond the golf ball, posture. There you kind of came in, and then to the top of the backswing here now, and then maintain. That's a little bit of a forward hip there, as you can see, slightly okay. But overall, reasonable movement there. The ball starting sort of left of target and kind of coming down. And obviously clearing the green is 150 yards, okay? But getting more of kind of this position in here, this feeling of what does a good impact feel like? My hips are back, they're turning and then staying back. That gives it a lot more space. The second I kind of pelvis is underneath and then you tilt and slide now, your hips are always going to be going that way, yeah? It's very hard then to swing your arm when you were there. When I sort of put you in that position, you were like, I can't put my arms across my chest. So your arm is going to have to drag the club across, generally leaves the club face open, then your wrist trying to flick it. Yeah, you'll get good at it sometimes, but it's a very unpredictable way to swing a golf club. On a good day, happy days. On a bad day, it's like, where's it going to go? Hence the reason why some good scores and some not so good scores. Okay? So film some swings on the range, obviously looking down the line, to put the phone on the floor there on the table here if you want to. Film some swings. When you're doing the filming, you want to get the camera to be kind of in line with your hands and head. Don't put it behind the ball.
Okay.
Definite on the heels, then the path will look really weird. But a lot of guys put it on the golf ball and they go, oh, my swing path's way on the inside. Yeah. But if you're looking down the correct spot and the camera's over here, it will look way on the inside because if I'm on here now, the club's going to be going that way. Hence the reason why you go on the hand line, okay? So just be careful in terms of angles you're setting up because you might look at your swing and go, that looks wrong. Only looks wrong because of perception, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that makes sense?
Brilliant, yeah, great.
Good stuff.